Victor Wembanyama and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Those points per game numbers include the sides. Going to be loud and intense inside. Game one of these Western Conference Finals. The Spurs 85-16 in this building, including the playoffs. They get all-star. Two-plus wins in the regular season have met in a playoff series. The ball. First shot, knocks down the three-pointer.
23rd, made three during these playoffs, something that he has added.
Thunder fans stand to the first basket. They take away the roll for Hartenstein to the basket. Dort drives. Here's Hartenstein. That's his patented shovel shot. Back the other way with Harper. Number 2 overall pick in the most recent draft. And Wembanyama from the outside gets fouled.
I think this surprised Dort right here. He thought that Wemby was going to try to go backdoor. Wemby, his first trip to the free throw line, Mike.
85%, dead on focus, didn't look up, didn't blink, just he was in that zone that we've seen him so often, and he's been on the bench and the sideline.
And the great players know how to put themselves in that zone. He's a young, great player, and he has all the...
Spurs, who eliminated Minnesota on Friday, to earn their spot in these West Finals. Starting 5, starting game 7 of last year's finals. Only 11 games today. Spurs come back the other way. Champagnie, a good shooter. Short on the 3. Wemby, active on the glass. Tips it in. 7-0.
Look at the crowd of black jerseys every time SGA comes off that high screen and roll.
No elbow rise, goes inside off the window. He's had such a good postseason. Comfortable stepping into this role, starting for Fox. Devin Vassell on the outside. Hassel probes. He comes away with it. Jalen Williams pitches. Lou Dort. It's the game 1. Wemby so comfortable in transition against Chet Holmgren. And on the outside, Chet called for the foul.
To left crossover here. And there's the foul right there on Holmgren.
Hand-eye is so good around the basket. Champagnie on the drive. 3 on the way. The fans are ready to sit down. They've been up for the first 2.5 minutes. Jalen Williams on the drive. Got bumped, put it up. He'll come to... In the postseason, he gets Hartenstein as they go smaller.
Mr. Chaos, as I call him. How this Thunder team plays.
This is the longest the Oklahoma City fans have remained standing thus far this year. 2 minutes, 22 seconds, the longest until their first field goal against Memphis back in December. Can SGA put him in the seats? Nope. 0 for 4 and well defended to begin. Lob to Wemby, catching the paint. Pitch too high. Turned it over.
Next play, they had the mismatch down low. Caruso trying to guard Wemby in the paint.
Good Harper stay in front of Williams. Caruso straight on triple.
Open up the OKC Thunder offense because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets so much attention.
Caruso had a bad shooting year, but he's been good from deep in the playoffs. Champagnie over the outstretch. Holmgren knocks down up for this Spurs team. Caruso tried to bounce inside with a good read by Vassell to knock it away.
Bad angle there by Caruso trying to deliver that ball.
Harper over the top, out of bounds.
Lineup.
I think he knows he has to be aggressive. He has to make plays for himself and his team. They need him to do that.
Caruso again. Your team has been off for a week. It has been fits and starts. They've only really played about 8 games in a month. Champagnie off on the 3. Jalen Williams off that hamstring injury. Looking none the worse for Rare Fox.
What a start defensively by the Spurs. Vassell not giving up on the play here. Gets all of that. Now a little bit more offense coming in off the bench here for the Thunder. A.J. Mitchell in for Jalen Williams. And how good has Mitchell been during this postseason in the absence of Jalen Williams?
Castle takes him right inside. The foul.
Mirror, literally, the aggressiveness on defense, the way they're playing with force on offense, making them foul.
Zach Zarba about those calls here in the early going. Well, we're here. Stephon Castle, number 4 pick for the Spurs in the 2024 draft. A number 1 pick, a number 2 pick in the starting lineup. Wouldn't be able to do that with changes to the lottery. Castle will bump here on SGA.
Daigneault knew there was a chance his team could start like this with all those days off, and the players knew it too. In that last huddle, Jay Will keeping the vibes positive with, we're good, and Daigneault also wanted his guys to know, this is the start, right, Mike? He wants them to keep that in mind, not the end.
Well, it's a great point you make, Zora. April 19th was when the series against Phoenix started. Today, May 18th. Caruso over Wembanyama for 2.
Kind of turned Wembanyama around to get all the way to the cup.
And now, if you want to take your eye off the ball, Caruso guarding Wemby, giving away about a foot. But Tatum in front, took it away, leading to a 3-on-2. All the way home, Caruso!
Creating such. Getting this Thunder fan base in a...
PA has none, but he's not alone. No one on the Thunder has scored except for the 7 off the bench for Alex Caruso. Out of the timeout, Castle to Wemby at the rim. SGA back the other way. Pulls up. Now he's on the board.
SGA to play in space. You've got to crowd him. One-on-one, he will always have the advantage. He's got to see multiple bodies. And now Caruso on Wemby.
Will screen at the top. Keldon Johnson, 6th man of the year in the NBA. Knocks down for 21 in this postseason. Extends the Spurs lead back to 6.
Remember that huge Game 5 he had in that Minnesota series.
SGA gets to the spot. Johnson attacks Holmgren. Moved his feet. Caruso pays to slap it away. SGA draws it. Hits his Holmgren. One more Dort triple. They play on.
I like this. The Spurs don't want to get into a track meet, especially on the road here versus the Thunder. Half-court execution is going to be pivotal in this series.
Wemby on Holmgren.
They don't want to get in the track meet, Red, but they do need to try to strike fast so the Thunder cannot set up their defense because we know how good that is.
SGA having a tough time losing Castle. Now Johnson defending. Caruso for one more. He got it again.
And that's what layups do. When he gets the layups, the 3-ball becomes easier.
Wemby free at the top. Johnson from the corner. Caruso's playoff high this year is 14. He already has 10. Wemby comes, swings around to Dort. He's been off.